Hello and welcome to my 47th book synopsis. Two riddles. Name the ancient invention which is used still in most part of the world, which allows us to see through the wall. X-ray? No. Then maybe those glasses which are used in those Bond movies? No. Answer is window. Second, a person who is staying in the 18th floor building falls from his home, but nothing happens much to him. Barely a scratch, he wakes up, he's fine. How is that possible? Parachute? No, you cannot have parachute at your home, correct? Ladder? No. Answer is he stays in the first floor. Now I'll come to the topic that I want to discuss today. The way we typically think is called vertical thinking, and today what I'm going to discuss is about lateral thinking. I knew this subject but could not read for long. So this concept of lateral thinking, which is different than the vertical thinking, was first introduced by an author, inventor, physician, psychologist, etc., philosopher, etc. in 1967. He was born in 1933 in Malta, British Malta at that point of time, and died last year, that is June 2021. So this book which I am referring to is called Lateral Thinking, was first introduced by him published in 1970, a textbook kind of a thing. Let us try to understand what he is trying to say. But first, what is typically a lateral thinking means? So as per the author, it is a creative way, indirect approach, not a direct approach for solving the problems. Typically can be used for solving the problems. Unconventional method of solving the problems. Let us see what I am trying to say by an example. What you are seeing now is one more question. Join these 9 dots by 4 straight lines without lifting the pen once you start, pen or pencil, once you start drawing those. Typically what anybody would do, it would start either vertically, horizontally, diagonally, and then somehow still we may miss one dot or the other. Try it out. Now look at the solution that I am showing here. You will be able to understand what I am trying to say, that what does it mean by a different way of thinking. What are the differences between vertical thinking and lateral thinking? Vertical thinking typically, is a method where we all go by the conventional method. So we look amongst the alternatives, whereas author claims that lateral thinking, you create alternatives. In case of vertical thinking, it is an elimination process. We eliminate, option is not right. Okay, let's eliminate. Let us go to the next one. Absolutely right, nothing wrong in that. But author says in lateral thinking, we allow that option, howsoever it may look not feasible, to linger on for some more time before the decision of elimination is made. Third point, and the difference is, of course I am not telling all the differences. Third difference is that in case of vertical thinking, people approach from most likely approaches, whereas in case of lateral thinking, it is started from least likely approaches. So completely unconventional way of looking at things. Author obviously says very clearly here that it does not mean that vertical thinking is not good. In fact, he says that vertical thinking and lateral thinking are complementary to each other. They help each other to grow and come to some kind of solution. Now let us talk about some of the pointers or some of the you can say techniques which are used in vertical thinking, in lateral thinking. There are 4. I will talk about them. One is obviously brainstorming, which all of us know. When I read that, I understood that it is from lateral thinking. Advantage of brainstorming is that you do not stop a person in between. भैया ये आपका आइडिया ठीक नहीं है. You allow him to continue. Till such time the discussions are over. Typically a brainstorming session should not be more than 30 minutes and number of people he says should be between 6 to 15, because less than 16 ideas don't get generated. More than 15 everybody would not be able to speak. Second point was random stimulation. So random stimulation is nothing but generation of ideas by selecting a word randomly. He also tells us how a word is selected. Now what does it mean? It means that you open a dictionary, find out a particular word and then discuss amongst that word to create ideas. Example, if somebody is discussing on car pollution and the word comes air, somebody may say that you can use air to create the fuel, or how to appropriately inflate the tires so that they run more mileage and pollution gets reduced, or whatever. But at the same time he says that if the ideas from that particular word do not get generated in 3 minutes, scrap that one. The next one is blocked by openness. Many times we see that, let us take an example, we go to office every day. New roads gets opened up many times, but we are used to going by a particular way. We many times do not even realize or do not even see. So even though many times roads are in front of you, you cannot see them. That is called as blocked by openness. Lateral thinking helps to open our eyes. Last one is concept of PO. I do not know the pronunciation, whether it is PO or PO. Some people say it is the full form of it is provoking operation, but author does not say this anywhere. This is primarily where author will introduce or anybody will introduce this word and say PO, which means that you have to think in a completely different direction, basically to stimulate the ideas amongst the people. In the last chapter, author says that primarily lateral thinking can be used for description, problem solving, and design. Okay, that's all from my side. This is a 260-page book, small book, but a very serious reading. In fact, I had to go many times back and forth to remember, because many times when we read, we go into daydreaming. If it is a novel, we can push it through, but this may not be the case in this book. One thing I definitely can say is that I definitely like the way it is described. It's a textbook, so author has given exercises, examples, how do we practice. In fact, he says in the beginning that this book is meant for schools. The last point, even though the book is good, okay, one of the things which I believe is that unless we practice some of the things, it will not be useful. So a practice of lateral thinking by thinking laterally is necessary. But definitely a new concept that I understood, and I would urge you all to at least go through the book from the point of view of understanding what this concept is all about. That's all from my side. I'll be posting this video on my LinkedIn page, on my Facebook page, Book From My Eyes, as well as from my YouTube channel. If you like it, please do like and subscribe to those so that you can get the updates on a regular basis. I am doing this recording on August 19, 2022. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.